So this is the Wilson desk, and as a guest of the Nixon Library, you can sit here, you can take a picture here behind the desk, pick up the phone.
OK， 欢迎来到晨话美国。那么今天呢，我们在这个美国尼克松总统图书馆。那我身边的这位呢是 Joe， 他呢是尼克松总统博物馆的 Vice President of Communication and Marketing. Hi Joe, how are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for hosting us. Right now we are in a very special place. It's the Oval Office of President Nixon, right?
That's right. We're here at the Nixon Library, and this is the world-famous Oval Office. This is a scale replica of the Oval Office in Washington, D.C. at the White House.
Like 50 years ago?
That's right. I mean, this is the exact size as it is today. And the way we're seeing it here at the Nixon Library is the way that President Nixon had it decorated from 1969 to 1974. And the colors you see are blue and gold, the colors of California.
I see.
And that is the way First Lady Pat Nixon had it decorated when President Nixon took office.
I feel so special right now because I'm in the Oval Office. Like I can have a taste of what the president looks like.
That's right.
Looks like, right?
And what's unique about the Nixon Library Oval Office is you can walk inside.
Okay.
You can sit on the couches. You can sit on the chairs, and you could even sit
I can
behind
even see right there.
the desk. Yes, go right ahead.
Let's go.
Go right ahead.
So this is the President Nixon used to work.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. So this is the Wilson desk, and as a guest of the Nixon Library, you can sit here, you can take a picture here behind the desk, pick up the phone.
Okay. Hi, President. This is so fun. And this is the pen that used to sign the...
That's right. That's right. And if you look in the desk here, there's some of the items, some of President Nixon's personal items here. There's a pair of his glasses.
Okay.
And when visitors would come to the Oval Office, these are some of the items that he would give to special guests. But there were many famous moments of the Nixon presidency here in the Oval Office. From this desk, President Nixon called Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon.
On the moon.
As they were on the moon, President Nixon was sitting here and he was able to talk to them on the moon.
Okay.
There was another famous meeting with Elvis Presley here in the Oval Office, a secret meeting, but the picture of Elvis Presley and President Nixon would become one of the most famous photos in our National Archive.
I see.
And President Nixon gave many addresses to the American people from this
From
desk
this desk.
here.
Behind the desk, I saw the family photos and this is Nixon's sculpture.
That's right. So this is President Abraham Lincoln, which is one of
Abraham Lincoln.
Richard Nixon's favorite presidents. And you see some of the family photos here. So this is the First Lady, Pat Nixon, their elder daughter, Tricia Nixon Cox, and their youngest daughter, Julie Nixon Eisenhower. And so Julie Nixon married David Eisenhower, the grandson of President Eisenhower. That's right. So these are some of President Nixon's favorite photos and ones that he would have had behind his desk in the Oval Office. Well, first let me show you this here. So this is the presidential seal. And what's really neat about the presidential seal is you have it mirrored on the roof here, on the
Exactly
ceiling.
the same.
That's right. And there's a lot of symbolism here in the official seal of the President of the United States. You know, 13 colonies, and so you see that with the flag. There are 50 stars that circle the eagle here, and then 13 of these circles here.
Represent the 13 states.
Yes, and then E pluribus unum, from many one. I want to show you another image here. So this photo was taken in December of 1968, right before President Nixon took office. This was the Apollo 8 mission, and it was the first time that the American people saw the surface of the moon and the Earth in one photo. So this is called Earthrise, just like sunrise. But instead of the sunrise, you're seeing the Earth rise on the moon. And so President Lyndon Johnson actually had this in his Oval Office, and Nixon kept it.
1968.
That's right,
Well, 4
1968.
years before he became a...
Yes, yes, and famously, John F. Kennedy, President Kennedy, challenged the American people to go to the moon. And so President Kennedy, President Johnson, and President Nixon worked together to make that happen. But it's interesting, the American people have not been back to the moon since President Nixon was in office over 50 years ago.
I was lucky to been to the White House once.
In the West Wing?
Yeah.
Wow.
West Wing,
Yeah.
It's almost exactly the same like this.
That's right. Not many people get to do it, so we're very fortunate to have guests here come in and walk into the Oval Office, because it really does feel like it. We had, in 2016, we had Dr. Kissinger here when we opened this library, the new library, and he couldn't believe how similar it looked to when he worked in the White House.
Bring a lot of memory.
That's right.
If you ever want to come to the Nixon Library, you have to come to this place, the Oval Office, so you can have a real feel about what President Nixon used to work looks like, right?
That's right.
Thank you so much, Joe, and thank you.